I guess I never say no to an opportunity. I never say no to meeting anyone. If somebody calls the office and says, "Oh, I want to speak with Dr. Harleen," I'll take the call.
Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Daniel Nguyen, the host of the Local Domination Show, where we feature awesome entrepreneur doing awesome things. And today I have Dr. Harleen, and she's awesome, and I think she's kind of famous in her area. So I'm super stoked to have her on the show today and talk about what's working well for her. Dr. Harleen, can you introduce yourself and share with us how did you get started in this business?
Hi, Daniel. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Again, my name is Harleen Graywall. I am a dentist. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I'm a pediatric dentist. I'm a business owner. Most of all, I love helping people, and I always think you can do the right thing and make money at the same time. So that's a little bit about myself.
So, how did you get started in the dentist? Because did you always grew up wanting to be a dentist, or how did it happen?
I loved biology growing up, but I also was an artist. I loved painting. I loved making things, sculptures, molding everything. So it was a combination of the two that led me to think, okay, maybe I should do dentistry because it would be fun and I'm providing a service and I feel like kind of a doctor at the same time.
That's great. That's really, I never thought about that. Like, I think like cosmetic dentistry is art and you have to be very designing the smile. Every patient's different. So in your like when you first started your business, did you have any prior training on like how to open a dental practice, or how did you get like the first place open?
Yes. So, when I graduated school, I went to do a residency in pediatric dentistry. So I did 2 years. And then I got my first job in Tucson with a corporation called Pacific Dental Services. And I'd say I learned most of everything from there. I was given kind of like the free rein to run the office. As long as I was being successful, they allowed me to do whatever I wanted to do. So I took over an office that was in about $500,000 of debt, fired the entire staff. I rehired people because what I noticed was people weren't being productive. The staff wasn't being productive. And if I wanted to make more money than my base pay, because I was getting a percentage of whatever I produced for them, that was the incentive. We're humans. That's just how we function. So my incentive was I'm going to make the office run better, flow better, because if the patients are happy, and my staff is doing what they're doing, it makes life much easier for me. So, and by the end of the year, I had made that office about $1.7 million. So it was, taking them out from the negative all the way to the positive. So I learned a lot of that from there.
That's great. That's amazing. To kind of rescue the office and turn the whole thing around and then made a lot of money with it. So, what is your biggest takeaway when you did that? Like, what was the outcome that you kind of wrote on a piece of paper and say, this is the thing that moved everything?
Systems and processes and delegation and following up. So everything's like a pyramid, right? So everybody has to be responsible, and you have to have somebody that you're reporting to on a daily basis. So because of that, then I was able to open up my own dental office here called Skyline Smiles. Then I opened up a med spa, Mind Body Infusion. And I also run my husband's neurology practice. It's a lot to do, but I'm able to do it with good systems and processes and just follow up in place.
You are a true entrepreneur. It's funny. I have a joke saying you're not an entrepreneur until you have three businesses, three or more businesses
Yes.
that you deal with. That's so you are a true. You're certified on my channel. You are a true entrepreneur. So just to kind of add on to what you said, having systems and structure and daily huddle, morning daily huddle,
Very
and a
important.
daily report.
Yes.
So those are the habits of the most successful brick and mortar that I interview on the show. They all have the same structure. Morning huddle with a team before
Yep.
we open.
You got to set the day, the tone for the day.
Exactly. end of the day report. What did you do today? How did you feel? Scorecards,
Mm-hmm.
system, and then we talk about fulfillment and then marketing and managers. What do they do? So like have a very like clarity in your business at any given time, and then so that way you're not like wasting money or you're wasting money on payroll. Um, so now I mean you've run a lot of businesses. So how did you find the time and balance to kind of like live and do three businesses?
I don't know. I just tell people it just happens. It's just a matter of being organized. And, once I leave the house, of course, I'm available by phone or email, but I also have to spend that quality time with my children, my husband. Weekends, I try not to work at all. So the weekdays, I give it my all, 100%.
Mhm. So how many employees you have at your dental practice right now?
Dental practice, we have about 7 employees.
Uh-huh.
Med spa, we have about 5. And then my husband's neurology practice, we have about 10. And
Uh-huh.
then I also help my father-in-law from time to time. He has about 30 employees.
Wow. What is like your tips to be hiring? What do you look for? How do you hire the best people, recruit the best people? And how do you like really build culture in your team so that they will stay longer?
So so when we hire, again, you never know. People can be great on paper. They can be great at the first interview, but what really matters is how they perform when they start working, right? So we try to filter them out. During the hiring process, I let them talk as much as possible versus me because I need to know what they're all about. And I let them ask me questions instead of me asking them because that also gives me, a little bit of insight about how their thought process works. And then once they start working, of course, I give them goals to achieve. So that keeps everybody on track. And the culture in my office, I feel like I'm a great employer. I offer everyone health insurance, retirement benefits. I buy everyone lunch every day, but I mean business. The work must be done.
I want to work at your office. Are you hiring? Man,
Always.
I want to have lunch every day. That's interesting. So when when you're running your own practice, up until now, what has been your biggest challenge that really shook you up and really like put you almost to like square one?
I'll be honest, I've really never had that challenge. I just keep
Uh-huh.
going.
Well, that's very good. That's very good. When it comes to, marketing and growing your business, right? What is like the least favorite part that, you have to deal with when it comes to like growing and marketing your practice?
I actually love doing that, Daniel.
Oh, really?
I won't be honest if I say I don't. I'm very involved in our local nonprofit organizations, local community events. My husband, on the other hand, he's really shy. He doesn't like doing any of that, so I do it for him as well. But I'm a people's person, I guess. I love meeting people, and I have no problem talking in front of people, so I really enjoy it.
Can you share with us, what are the few things that you do in your marketing that you think can really take you to the next level next year?
Yeah. So again, as I say, like it's best to do something where you can make money and do something good at the same time. So I definitely, sponsor events locally. That gives me a lot of exposure locally. I'm in a lot of magazines. Then it also gives me great, public relations. The other marketing, of course, we do Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO. But the biggest, I think the most effective marketing is to your current customers and clients because that is your biggest, marketing base. So definitely not forgetting the internal marketing that must be ongoing at all times.
Yeah, I love that. Can you tell me more about the magazine on the back? You said the business magazine with you on the cover. Tell me, how did
Yeah.
that happen? What is that about?
This is the Santa Clarita Valley, a business, a magazine. So they were nice, very kind to recognize all the things that I've done in the community. And as a woman, as a business owner, opened up 2 businesses in the middle of the pandemic. And I did not get a PPP loan. I was not getting any help from, the government. A lot of existing businesses did, but we didn't because we opened up the same year that the pandemic hit, but we were still very successful.
What do you think, like the the one thing that you've done so well that really moves your business to, where it is today?
I guess I never say no to an opportunity. I never say no to meeting anyone. If somebody calls the office and says, "Oh, I want to speak with Dr. Harleen," I'll take the call. If somebody says, "I want to come in and chat with you," I'll invite them because you never know which opportunity will open which door for you in life. So I guess just never say no is the attitude that I have, and that's led me to a lot of open doors.
Yeah, I love that like mindset. It's very uncommon to hear that nowadays because it's just like marketing, I remember I tried this Facebook ad, I tried Google ad, I tried YouTube ads, right? It may not work at the time for me, but we keep pursuing it, keep kind of refining it, and over time it's kind of pay off, right?
Right.
Um, like same thing with hiring. I kind of like when I loop back to the hiring, there are a lot of time that in my own business, because over here now we have like 30 employees working, and I used before pre-pandemic, right? I used to like look at the resume like, oh, you gotta have experience.
No.
But then, right? But then now it's like the person who had the best resume is like not gonna do good, and they would just no show and just kind of have a horrible outcome. So like now we're just saying yes to everybody. Let's just come in,
Yep.
see how you work. You don't need experience. I'll train you,
Yep.
and we'll see what happens, right?
Yes.
Um, but like we're always hiring too. We just keep adding new people, people go. But I really love that, you really make that one thing like be open-minded and willing to try any opportunity that comes your way. Um,
And be open to
because
change.
and also yeah, and then change and adaptations and just be very flexible when the business kind of shift things around and willing to learn new
Yeah.
things that we might not know, right?
Right. I didn't know. So when I got COVID, I sat outside of urgent care for about 7 hours to get a COVID test when it first started. And I was sitting there thinking, I can do this on my own. Why do I need to go to an urgent care? There has to be a way. My husband's a physician. I'm a dentist. We can figure this out. So I started doing mobile COVID testing for people. So, I was recognized by the newspaper. Spectrum One came and did a news article. Um, it was great because I just thought outside the box. So I was driving to people's homes doing COVID testing and giving them the results right away. And then I started sending nurses to people's homes to do monoclonal antibody infusions, which were really helpful at the time. So I was able to help those people and I was able to make money at the same time.
That's really good. That's like, thinking outside the box and really solving a problem that you need or you need to fix at the current time. Um,
I went to
so
USC, so the didactics were based on problem-based learning. It's called PBL. So I
is
think
it
I was
is that a
trained
thing?
really well. Yes,
PBL, problem-based learning.
learning.
I
Yep.
never heard that.
Yes.
Interesting.
We don't have lectures there. I think it's by far the best dental school in the world. There's no lectures. You're given a problem. You sit with six people. You first pull out, let's look at, the facts, and then you think of ideas, and then you think of what may have happened, and then you give each other a topic that they're going to go home research and bring back next week. So it was never about the problem. It was always about the solution.
That's really good. I think that's why you're successful because running a business is not about selling products. It's about serving a client with a problem solving.
Yes.
And as soon as you identify a gap that you can kind of, close the gap on and serve, you're gonna make a lot of money, no matter what business you're in.
Yeah, and I always give them options so the people, the patients don't feel that, oh, my idea is only what they need. I give them options. You can do nothing at all, that's an option. Or you can do this, this, or this. And then they're able to pick. They're in control.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. What is like, do you listen to like podcasts or like books? What are your like top pick when it comes to like, learning and just educating, continue education?
I do. I read a lot on my free time. I'm always looking at what's going on in the world, the economy. My husband and I have great conversations. He's an economy major, then he went to medical school. So we're always, talking. But I do have two favorite mentors, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. So I'm always keeping up to date with them.
That's interesting. That's quite different. They're each different in their own, you know?
They are, but I pick the best from
Yeah.
whatever they're giving.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you for coming on to the show today. I think we have a lot of takeaways in terms of just be open-minded, have a positive mindset, and kind of solve problems. That's the thing, have
Yes.
a business to solve problems. So this is the end of the show. And thank you for coming on, and thank
Thank
you
you.
everybody who is listening and tuning in today. And we'll see you on the next episode. Okay, thank you, Dr. Harleen.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Have a wonderful day.